Hey, welcome back. This time we want to add a little bit of reason for the competition. So we want to put a bit of scoring into this one. And just before we do, there is one little thing we could tidy up with our ball. You'll notice that it doesn't matter where I stop, that when I play again, it just continues from where it was left off. So in order to fix that, I'm kind of thinking I want the ball to always land back in the middle. So I'm going to just really simply grab under motion while I've got my ball sprite selected. I'm going to grab this go to and put that at the very top. Under the green flag is clicked, go to. And if you're quick, you'll know that the middle is 0, 0. So every time I start, click the green flag, back to the middle. All right. The other thing you might like to do is you might like to just wait for a second as well. So people can get ready, get their fingers ready. So if I click stop, start, goes to the middle, waits 1 second, then away we go. Just a little simple addition if you wish to. All right, back to the idea of scoring. Well, to make this work, we're going to have to create a couple of new sprites. So we'll come down here to new sprite, the paint tool. And again, I'm going to grab a rectangle. This time I'm going to make it black. You can make a color if you wish. I'm going to keep it black just to keep it simple. And I'm going to draw a rectangle right on the edge like that. So not too thin, but definitely not too thick. And then click on sprite 1. And I'm going to call it score left. Done. Same as before, I'm going to duplicate it. Hang on, I'll just find out which one's which here. That one's that one. Where is my score left? That's a bit of a problem. This one here, I want to label score right. Interestingly though, my score left hasn't appeared. Now you'll notice that I'm grabbing my score left and I'm putting it right on the edge. I'll go to score left and say, where is it? Interesting. Okay, how am I going to problem solve this one? Well, I'm probably just going to delete this one, grab my score right and duplicate it again. There it is. So instead of it being called score right 2, I'm going to rename it score left. Hopefully yours didn't do that, but that's just a little bit of problem solving for me. So either which way, you should end up with a score left, a score right. Your score left should be the one on the left hand side of your screen, of your stage, and score right should be the one on the right hand side of your stage. Okay, now what's interesting is that these paddles here, that these collect the score, actually have no code attached to them at all. What we are going to do is go to a section called data. And in here we're going to make a variable and we're going to call it player1. Actually, we can put a space in here because it's just a name. For all sprites, that's fine. I'm also going to create another variable called, you guessed it, player2. And I'll put that in there as well. So have a look up the top. You'll notice straight away I've got my player1 score, my player2 score. But what I need to do is I need to say, hey ball, when you touch these black paddles on the end, these sensing panels we could call them, score panels, that's when I want you to adjust the score. So to do that, we have to change the script on the ball because that's where all the work is happening. So on the ball, I'm going to come back over to events and I'm going to click the green flag one again. And it's okay to have 2 of them. It just means that when we click the green flag, both of these scripts are going to run at the same time. Under data, we're going to grab this set player 2 and we'll change it to player 1 to 0. And I'll grab another one, set player 2 to 0. So basically we're saying as soon as you click the green flag, set both the players to 0. But now we're going to have to do some interesting business because we're going to have to put in a loop, the forever loop again. It's a little bit similar to the paddles. When the ball hits the paddle, we have to say when you hit these sensing panels, then you need to change the score. So same as before, I'm going to grab an if something then. And this time, if I touch the panel of score left, then I'm going to change, if I come back into data, change player 1 by 1. So let's go through this. Green flag is clicked. Set both the players to 0. Easy done. In a loop, we're saying if you touch the score panel left, so this guy over here, you're going to change player 1 by 1. Great, no worries. But when it hits that panel, it needs to have the instruction for the ball to say, hey, turn around and keep going. So we're going to have to do what we did before over here. I'm going to grab, change your direction, so 90 degrees, and move 5 steps. 5 steps. Bingo. All right. Hit the stop button there. Okay, so in my forever loop, if I touch score left, change player 1 by 1, turn around, keep going. And of course, I have to do the same thing for the other panel. Now, like we did over here, I could just remake it again. Or if you've been using your backpack in previous activities, you might grab this piece of code, drag it in your backpack. I'll pop it back in there. And now I can grab it and bring it back in again like that. The only thing is I have to change score left to score right and player 1 to player 2. So now I've got the same thing. Look, it doesn't matter which way you do it. If you make it all again from scratch, that's fine. If you use your backpack, equally as good. So set the players to scores to 0, touch the score left panel, change the player 1 by 1. Turn around, keep going. If you touch score right, change player 2 by 1. Turn around, keep going. Let's give it a test run. So it waits for a second and away we go. So this time to test it, I kind of want the paddle out the way. Whoa, that wasn't very good. So let's try that again. Oops, I want to get the paddle out the way. There we go. Player 2 just got a score of 1. I think the problem is I've made my paddles too big. There is a way we can fix that, which we'll show you later. But anyway, my score is working, so happy days. Happy with that. Good start.